I'm Michael.
And today we're checking out the first Tsar
from 25th Century Games and Hobby World. They were actually, a copy of the first Tsar was provided to us by both companies. So
Sure.
this is for both of those companies. This game plays 2 to 4 players and has a box playtime of 2 to 3 hours. So don't let the playtime dissuade you from playing this game, because Hobby World had actually given this to us several months ago, and it sat on the shelf specifically because of the 2 to 3 hour playtime. It's really difficult to have the amount of time to not only digest the rules completely, because we read through the rulebook from scratch. We got to tell you guys all the rules, but also to have that playtime. BGG has it marked with a 45 to 90 minute playtime, and I think that is indeed much more accurate than a 2 to 3 hour playtime.
Yeah, because the rules are actually very straightforward, streamlined, and it all makes sense. And that is totally, it takes account for how long it takes you to go through the rules. It was easy.
It was far easier than expected. But actually, everything happens for a reason, because when 25th Century sent us a copy, we're like, okay, now 2 companies want us to do this. We've got to prioritize it, because now and it's now available in the States, so we have to do it. And good thing we did, because I think it's a fairly solid game.
It's very solid. Stan Kordensky, he's done a lot of notable titles out there. So if you're a fan of his, definitely check this one out.
Absolutely. So thanks to both 25th Century Games and to Hobby World for providing us copies of the first Tsar. But they didn't give it to us in exchange for this video. They gave it to us because they know we like to play all the games. So let's go ahead and see how to play the first Tsar. Again, this game is not very difficult, but there are some really good, crunchy, interesting decisions that can be made. So, what you're going to do is you are going to put the Tsar's favor tokens on the 10, 20, and 30 point areas of the game board. That's going to instantly give the Tsar's favor to whoever crosses those numbers first. So, shuffle up all of the 6 assignment cards that look like this, and you're going to put 5 of them on the bottom of the board. One of these cards does not have a city on it, and that's going to be important when we start going through the rules. 4 of them have colors of cities on them. 1 of them has all of the colors of cities, and 1 has nothing. But there are other powers that come up. So, we're going to start off in the 1550s, and each of these rounds are going to last a decade. And a decade is not going to last 10 years.
It's just 3 actions.
It's just 3. It's literally 3 actions. You're going to take 12 actions in the game, and that's it.
That's it.
So, shuffle up all of the region tokens. There are 9 of them that have a dark background that look like this, as opposed to the lighter background like this. Shuffle up just the dark ones and put 4 of them on the 1580s spot. So all 4 of these are going to be the dark ones. Then shuffle up all of the region tokens, light and dark, and then put 4 of them on the 1570s, 1560s, and 1550s. Those 1550 ones you might as well put out, because they're going to go on the north, the east, the south, and the west. Notice the west does indeed have a dark token on it. So, you will also shuffle the spoils tokens. They have this fire background. Shuffle them all up face down and then place some of them face up based on player count. You'll notice you got 3 blanks. You got some with player count limitations. Place the right amount for your player count face up as you see here. Shuffle your trade tokens face down. These are these tokens here. Shuffle them all up face down. Then turn up 10 of them as you place them on the spots on the map. You're going to have 10 more that you're going to keep to the side that you're going to refill halfway through the game. Same thing with these spoils tokens. You're going to have some left over that you're going to refill halfway through the game. Everyone's going to get a player mat, victory point, and Tsar's favor tokens. Circle, cube. You're going to get 2 seal tokens. Now, it's important on the back side, you've got a different player color. So make sure everybody's got 2. You might have to like trade them around so you can make sure that you get the right mix. I think that I've got black on my side. You got white on your side, I think.
Yeah.
So 3 boyar pieces. These are the ones that you're going to basically do your 3 actions with. You have 10 soldier pieces. We've already got 2 on the board. More on that in a second. And 6 building pieces. So each player is going to take 1 grain. The green screen almost washes that out. 1 wood, 1 stone, and 3 coins. As you see, these coins might all look a little different. Every coin is just worth 1 coin. So they're all worth the same thing. Those are going to go up here on the top side of your play sheet. And these are called local goods. The other 3 goods are gunpowder, textiles, and steel, as you can see down here. These are going to be harder to get. Obviously, we're going to start on the 0 space on the turn order track. You're going to shuffle up everyone's cubes and put them in a random order on the Tsar's favor track. You are not going to pick a first player and then go clockwise. It's literally going to be in a random order. Whoever, this is also different. The person at the top is not necessarily going first. Whoever is on the lowest position of the Tsar's favor track, the person sitting to their left will be the first player. So, not necessarily the highest player on the track. So, shuffle up the project cards that look like this and deal 3 to each player. You're going to look at your project cards and keep 1 face down in front of yourself. Then we're going to reveal 6 of them face up. We are also going to shuffle the title and estate cards and place them up here. Notice that we've got 3 of them face up and a face down stack. You will, for a 2-player game, you will actually only deal up 2 cards in a 2-player game. So since we have a 2-player game set up, I figure we might as well match that. So, every round is going to consist of a planning phase where we're going to place our boyars out here. We are going to have an action phase where we are going to take turns moving our boyars down here to the bottom, and then an end of round step. But before you take the first turn, we need to place 2 of our soldiers out on the map. So starting with the first player, they are going to place 1 soldier on a city where no one else is. So Steph placed up here. I placed here, and then once all the players have placed, we're going to go in reverse order. So sort of like a snake draft. I placed my second one here. Steph placed her second one here. And then we can start. So on the first planning phase, we are going to take turns clockwise, not Tsar's favor order. Tsar's favor is going to be used to break ties. Whoever is higher forward on the Tsar's favor track will have precedence over anyone underneath them. So, starting with the first player, you're going to place one of your boyars into a Kremlin chamber that does not have one of your boyars in it. So if I've already got one here, I cannot take a second one and put it there. I have to choose a different spot. So once all players have placed their boyars, we are going to move on to the next phase. So as you are placing your boyars into a chamber, you can increase this boyar's importance by placing 1 to 3 coins underneath this boyar. You don't have to put any coins at all. But then, who is going to be the most important person in the chamber? It's broken by Tsar's favor. So,
if you're the only one there, you will be the most important.
Absolutely, that is true. But let's say that I really wanted to get the special bonus of this chamber, or whatever chamber I'm going in. Maybe I will put a coin down. But let's say Steph wanted it even more than that. She could put down a coin or 2 if she thinks I might steal the Tsar's favor. Yes, you can steal the Tsar's favor before we even get to this spot. So maybe to make sure, Steph might put 2 coins down. A lot of it depends on the order in which you do things. So
I'm going to take my chances.
You're going to take your chances. So we're going to go back and forth. Steph playing one, I'm playing one. Steph's playing one, I'm playing one, until we have played all of our boyars. Now, once, let's say Steph has already played her second one and it's time for me to play a second one, I cannot add coins under here. This is done. I can then only go to other places. So once she's placed there, aha, now it's time for me to place my coin so I can get the most important spot.
Or maybe you go over here without paying a coin and get most important.
But maybe I wanted this. But you get the idea. So then we're going to do the action phase, where starting with the first player, we are going to move our boyar down to this card, do your normal action, or you can do the what do they call it? This is the regular actions of the chamber, but you've also got the special action of the chamber. I was trying to see what they called that specifically. But if you are the most important person in the chamber, you're going to get this darker area bonus. Now, the order in which you do your boyar actions is entirely up to you. But if Steph was to move this down, she can do these actions in any order she wants. So let's say Steph decided to, since she doesn't want to lose out on the Tsar's favor, maybe she wants to do this first to make sure. What she needs to do is, first, move her person off. Second, get rid of the coin. Then she may, if she wants, but does not have to, put a seal here. If she does not put a seal there, then this is going to be open for me to do. And I could do that no matter what. But once she puts her seal here, I get my coin back immediately as soon as she puts her seal down. So then she's going to do both the normal action of the chamber and the special action of the chamber. Finally, she is going to move her playing piece to any of the buildings of these colors. Now, this is all buildings of all cities of all colors, so she could put this boyar wherever she wants. This is good for area control of these regions. As you see, there are 4 regions. Every boyar is 2 influence. Every soldier is 1 influence. Every building is 2 influence. So be sure to keep that in mind whenever counting. So far, Steph has 2 influence, 1 influence, 1 influence. I have 2 influence here. So let's talk a little bit about each of these actions. This is the production chamber. Choose up to 3 different cities with at least 1 piece of your color. So I only have 2, as you see. So I don't even have a third. I really didn't need.
You wouldn't want to do that action first.
Yeah, because I would need more presence out here. Mm-hmm. But what you do is choose 3 different cities and take the production of those cities. So I would get 2 wheat and 2 coins, or rather 2 grain, I guess is what I should say. If I take the special action, choose one of those 3 cities that I activated and take one of them a second time. So that's what that is. You will notice none of these are going to produce the foreign goods. They're all going to be local goods, maybe coins. Maybe you pay a coin to get a stone. So the maneuver chamber lets you take on this regular action up to 2 actions of either placing a soldier where you already have presence. So Steph has 3 options: up there, over here, or with her boyar. If she had a building, she could do that. She could put a soldier next to a building if she wants. Or instead of placing a soldier, Steph, if you'll take one of your soldiers off, saying you can place a soldier, or you could move one of your pieces, a warrior or a boyar if you choose. If you pass over a trade token, you immediately get it. Now, trade tokens, these trade tokens will immediately resolve, and they're going to resolve whenever you resolve trade token activation. So first, she's going to get a free stone, and then she's going to put it on her player board. Notice on these player boards, you have 3 pre-printed spots. You're not going to put them there first. However, you never have to worry about accidentally putting things where you don't want them, because you can always move your trade tokens around whenever you get them. You never want to cover up these 3 until you have to do so. So, if you do place it over a pre-printed effect, then you're going to lose access to that until it opens up again. So you can't like shift it over whenever you want to, grain, and then shift it back. You can't do that. But if for some reason you were to have to discard a trade token because of certain things, I'll talk about these actions in a minute, then you will open them back up again. So if you get more than 5 trade tokens, then you are going to have to discard one before you place a new one. And when you discard those trade tokens, they don't stay to the side. You never get them back again. The special action lets you place 1 extra or move 1 extra. The third action area is third chamber is the project chamber. You get to take up to, again, 2 actions of this, of taking, which looks like a hand face down getting a card. You can take a project or you can play a project. That graphic looks like this with a card in your face up palm. So this means take, this means play. So you can take and or play 2 cards. The special action lets you take or play a 3rd card. So first you take them to your hand and then you play them in front of you. So whenever you take any of these project cards, you can take one of the 6 on display, or you can take mystery meat on top. These do refill immediately. These will not. We'll talk about those in a minute. So there are 3 types of project cards: construction, trade, and military. And each of these are going to let you do a little bit different things. Pay the thing on the left, whatever is on the left. So here, a grain, a wood, and a stone. A grain, a wood, and a steel. And you're going to get 8 points, and you can build a building where you have presence. So over here on the trade ones, you're going to pay the amount on the left, get this number of points, and activate 2 of your trade tokens. As you see, Steph could activate stone and wheat, or stone and coin, or 2 points and grain. 2 grain, but she cannot activate the same one twice. And then there is military. Pay the things on the left, get the number of points, and place one of your soldiers from your supply into the field of war area. That's down in the lower corner of the game board. That will give you immediate access to one of the spoils tokens. Take the spoils token, do what it says, and then just place it in front of you, because certain things are going to score for spoils tokens. So let me put these back here. The 4th chamber to talk about is the exchange chamber. Exchange any number of your goods and or coins for any number of any other goods or coins at a trade rate of 2 to 1. So any of these 6 goods and coins for any goods and coins. This is a really good way to trade local goods for hard to get foreign goods, or trading coins for goods, or a good and a coin. In addition to any number of those trades, you're going to get 1 foreign good for free. The special action gives you another foreign good for free. Finally, we're going to talk about the reward chamber, where you either take 1 estate card or title card from the display. The special action is to take another estate card, but not a title card. Now remember, as I mentioned before, you can take either one on display or a blank mystery one from the top of the deck, but these are not going to refresh right now. You'll have to wait until the end of the round when they are going to refresh. So remember when I said the first thing you do is move your guy down to the bottom, do your stuff, and then move your boyar to the map. That's true with everything except for this action. Your boyars are just going to sit down here doing nothing, not contributing anything to the board this round. However, all is not lost. For a normal regular action, you're going to get a coin. For the special action, you're going to get the Tsar's favor. Anytime you see this icon, that means you are going to immediately bounce up to the top of the Tsar's favor track, pushing everyone else down. So even if I was all the way down at the bottom and we had white and black and Steph as red, I would go up to the top, pushing Steph down, and the other 2 go down to the bottom. So now I have Tsar's favor. But let's say Steph does it, because you see Steph is all by herself. She is the most important person. When she does this, when she gets the Tsar's favor again, she's already at the top. Anytime you get the Tsar's favor and you're already at the top, you're going to bounce off the top and get 1 victory point. So, anytime on your turn, before you move your boyar out of the chamber, or after that, or between the chamber's actions and the token effects, you can do as many free actions as you want. So, you can spend 2 local goods to gain a coin. You can discard 2 trade tokens from your mat to take one of the project cards and put it in your hand. You can spend 1 foreign good to gain a coin. Or at this point, you can rearrange your trade tokens between the round slots on your player mat. So, whenever you are getting 2 of your trade token actions, you can't take 2 coins, slide it over, and get the 2 grain. You could, though, take 2 things, and then as your free action after that, scoot this over, making it available later. You can also never take free actions during another player turn. There's also one other type of free action that you can do, and that's these estate cards. This free action, as you see, lets me pay a coin and a grain to place a soldier anywhere on the board where you have something already there, or pay 2 coins for taking a project card.
Not playing a project.
Oh yeah, sorry, this is the offer. Playing a project card.
Pretty good.
And these project cards, these project cards will give you various benefits. So, some of those estate cards will just give you something for free. Now, these title cards are going to give you end game points. So you're just going to hold on to those and score all of them at the end of the game.
And mid game.
Oh, sorry, you're correct. And mid game. You are correct. So now that everyone has, once everyone has moved their stuff and put everything out. Oh, I should mention, you have only 2 seals. If you are the most important person in 3 areas, you're going to have a hard decision to make, right?
Yeah.
So, after everyone has moved their boyars and finished up all of their turn, then we are going to receive rewards for the region tokens in those areas. So as you see here in the north, actually that's last. As you see, there's region 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you're going to do it in that order. Whoever has the most in this region is going to get their choice of putting one of their soldiers in the field of war or taking 3 points. So Steph would have first choice with that. If somebody else were also in that region, they would get the secondary points. However, in a 2-player game, only the player with the most influence in the region is rewarded. However, the choice of reward will depend on the influence points of players in the region. If the difference is lower than the number of victory points, and in this case it is, because Steph only has 2 points of influence, she can only the player with the lower influence gets to decide which of these she gets. If it's equal to or higher, the player with the higher influence chooses their own reward.
Wow.
So, obviously, my influence in that area is 0. So
rude.
Yeah. So 0 to 2, though, I would get to choose which of those you take. Then we're going to do the same thing for regions 2, 3, and 4. So if it is the end of the second round, which makes it halftime in the game, or the end of the fourth round, which is the end of the game, we are also going to do a special scoring. We'll talk about that here in a second. But let's say it's just end of the first round or the third round. We're going to do a few things. Return your boyars from the map, as they would have all been on the map by this point, or stuck down here. Return your boyars. Discard all of the estates and titles that nobody took and refresh. Shuffle these 6 assignment cards because they're not going to be the same every time. Shuffle them up and deal 5 new ones out. The Black City just can't get dealt up there, huh? Discard the region tokens from the map, these 4, and replace them with those in the new stack. Advance the round marker to the next one, and then find out who the new first player is. Look at the bottom of the Tsar's favor. The person to the left is going to go first. And we're going to do that for 4 rounds. Hey, let's talk about mid-game scoring. So, any of the Tsar's favor spots that were not passed. Remember, as soon as someone passes the 10 and the 20 and the 30, they're going to immediately get Tsar's favor. However, by mid-game, if you have not taken them, they're gone. So those are gone off the map and put back in the box. Discard any of these trade tokens that remain on the map and put the 10 new ones out. Whoever has the most warriors in the field of war is going to gain 4 victory points. Second most gets 2. And if you have no warriors on the field, I don't get 2 just by being second player. By breaking ties with the Tsar's favor, I'll either get, if I have something there, is the only way I'm going to get any of these points. So, whoever has the highest Tsar's favor is going to get 4 points. Second place is going to get 2. And we're going to return our warriors from the field of war back to our supply. Discard the remaining spoils tokens and put new spoils tokens out. That's what happens after the second round. Fourth round scoring slightly different. Each player may exchange your foreign goods for victory points at a rate of 2 goods to 1 point. Then you can exchange coins and any leftover goods of any type at a rate of 3 to 1. So that includes foreign, local, and coins. Then we're going to gain our points for our title cards. So if I have any of the, oh, sorry, I forgot to mention this for the second round. My apologies, I missed one entirely. Mid game, you're going to get these, and end game, you're going to get these as well. So count up all of the black cities where I have 3 or more influence. I'm going to get 2 points each. Yeah, you can see icons, the little shield. Yeah. The little shield will tell you exactly what to do. And again, we're going to score Field of War. We're going to score Tsar's favor. And the game will end after that scoring. Whoever has the most victory points wins. Guess who wins in the case of a tie? Tsar's favor. Yeah. That's right. It's always a good tiebreaker, right?
Yeah.
And that is the first Tsar.
Woo. Good job.
So there's the entirety of the game, in my opinion, is the 5 actions on the bottom.
Choose
that is going to drive everything else, I think. So yeah, I like the elegance of what this game does. I think there are a lot of Euro games out now that try to hide the scoring under layers and layers of obscurity. This doesn't do that. This has those points out there, really clear on how to get them. I know I'm going to get 7 points for this. I know I'm going to get 2 more points for having one of my trade token spots activate on my board. It all seems really clear and understandable. I don't feel like I'm just getting 1 random point here and 2 random points here and 2 random points here and 3 random points here. I feel like I'm getting a good number of points for what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I assume you agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm not like big on area control, but I like that.
Right.
Like if I got like second place in a whole bunch of places, but it was still giving me things. Right?
Yeah, giving you some good tangible
and
things.
Like it's only 3 points if I don't have majority, or if I do have majority. So it's not like game breaking to have all the majorities everywhere, because there's other strategies to do, and so it's a matter about placing your guys in the appropriate spots.
Well, there's also one of these that gives you either Tsar's favor or 2 points. If I'm already at the top, I'm basically keeping Tsar's favor and getting 1 point, and giving Steph 2 points because she's in second place. She's fine because she got 2 points. I'm fine because I kept Tsar's favor and I got 1 point out of it. Mm-hmm. So maybe I don't want the point in order to drop down on Tsar's favor. I'd be giving that up to her. So there were a lot of times that I surrendered those points to you,
right? Because
I wanted to keep Tsar's favor.
Right, and because you only get 12 actions in the game, you have to really pick and choose what actions are really important to you for this round.
It's really vital.
Yeah,
so yeah.
It's good choices.
I did not feel like those 12 choices were just insignificant and throwaway. No. I never felt like I was throwing away one of my actions.
You want all 5 actions, but you have to choose 3 of them.
Yes. Matter of fact, I want to take some of them twice.
Yeah, exactly.
At the end of the game, it's really interesting to see what people do with those project cards, because you can only fulfill 3 of them only if you are the most important person. Otherwise, you're probably only going to do 2 if you don't have some special estate power that lets you do a third on your own.
True.
So,
or finding a trade token, or maybe a bonus in a region. There's ways to do it. It's just how can you best do it?
So there's also, I believe, not one good way to win. I stayed away from building buildings entirely, and I started getting my butt kicked on the score. I had literally 3 points when my friend James was at 32 and got all 3 of those scoring track Tsar's favors, and he was just sitting on the top. Matter of fact, Steph stole it. He pushed her right back out of it almost immediately, and so I was really worried. I was like, I'm not sure that military is even a viable strategy, but I was wrong, because I ended up with the right title cards to give me a good advantage at mid game and end game. That didn't mean I blew everyone out of the water, but it just shows you could win with construction, you could win with trade, and you can win with military, in my opinion. So, and I'm really big on game balance. Like, if there's one good way to win, I'm probably not going to like the game as much. But it seems to me like there are good multiple paths to victory, and I think that is the mark of a good game. So, be sure to check out the first Tsar from 2 of our friend publishers, both 25th Century Games and Hobby World. If you enjoyed this rules teaching, you want to see more just like it, be sure to like, follow, subscribe, and most importantly, tell everyone that you can find us on YouTube. Just search for Board Gamer Steph, where we have over 2,200 videos of rules teaches, playthroughs, overviews, weekly recaps, and top 10 videos. Or, even better, tell them that you can watch us live on twitch.tv/BoardGamerSteph, where we stream every Wednesday and Sunday evening at 5 p.m. Central, and we bring you 3 games or more every single stream. So come join us on Twitch, where we bring you all the games.
And for those on Twitch, we'll be right back.